So we're going to have a look at 5 key fundamentals that you should be applying to every single practice session to help you maintain more consistency and always keep an eye on your golf swing. So the 5 fundamentals we're going to look at grip, we're going to look at the posture, we're going to be looking at the first move, we're going to have a little look at your pivot action, and lastly we're going to have a look at the finish. So all of these bits are going to be something that you can take away to help you with your golf swing. If you like this and you want more detail on it, there's a video up above. Click on that link and that'll take you to a page that's got loads of content to help you further. Now, first thing we're looking at is the grip. Now, there's a really simple thing on the grip that loads of people don't get right, and it's huge for being able to take advantage of the forces you put through the handle and through the golf shaft in the downswing to get you more compression, more strike, and more power. You've got the lifeline of the right palm right in here. What we're looking at is getting that right lifeline straight on top of that left thumb. So it's straight on top of it here. Then the handle comes down, so that then pushes the left thumb into the shaft. The reason for this, when I start down, I can then still keep hold of that left thumb on the shaft, but really secure hold on it. I see people, if you're one of these people, this is something for you, create holes in their glove here or in the thumb. This is because you don't knit the 2 hands together. How that right palm sits on top and pushes the thumb into the shaft helps you set the club properly and take advantage of the forces in that downswing. It's huge. Make sure you do it because it's going to make a difference to your ball striking. The second one we're going to have a look at is posture. Now, how the hips, or we tilt from the hips. I see lots of people getting this wrong in 2 ways. Okay, and it both of which affect where your weight is across your feet. So the first one is, I see that people, they'll start off in this position here and they're going to get their posture, they've got the golf shaft parallel to the ground and they tilt. They keep their legs nice and straight, they tilt, and then what they do is, the angle of the hips, they then go like this. They soften the knees and they stick the ball up in the air and they curve the lower spine. The problem is, this creates either a lack of rotation or a huge drop in the rib cage to get the back flat and to make the swing, both of which are going to kill your consistency. The other bit that I see people getting wrong is, rather than tilting from the hips, they go like this. They round the middle of the back and they look like this. Again, they can't turn. So where do we pivot from? Hip sockets right in here, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to pivot from the hip sockets there, and then what we're going to do is soften the knees. If anything, if you're going to have a tendency to go one way or the other, tilt the belt buckle a little bit up so it engages the abs a little bit and keeps the lower back flat. You don't want to be going this way. This would kill you. So it's got to be a little bit more in this direction with the glutes. The other thing that we want to do, maintain the even weight across the feet. Most people I tend to see get too much on the toes. Very few too much in the heels. It's really rare I see this. What you want to be able to do is, when you set up to the ball, can you lift your toes up inside your shoes? If you can, if I'm here now, go too far away, lift the toes up inside the shoes, I feel a lot of pressure and tension in the front of my shins. So then what I've got to do, I move forwards. Now lift the toes up and I'm in really good balance there. Nice even pressure, and there's no tension in the shins. That's huge for getting your weight distribution right, which will influence how you move. So there's the 2 first checkpoints right there. Third one is going to be, how does the club move away from the ball in one piece? Well, let's get a ball out the bag here, okay, along with a T-peg, and we're going to have a look at 2 reference points. First thing is, we're moving, towards the target line here. I've got the club, I've got a ball about a foot behind the club head here. People make the wrong move here by either snatching the club away outside the line, picking it up too quickly, or even sucking it inside. What we want to do is get that ball in line, and in that first move, be able to, with the centre of the middle of the club head, knock the ball back. So it goes, as you take the club back, the top catches the ball here. That means everything's come away balanced as a unit. So that means this one-piece move, which would be the club in the belly button here, has come back together. This is going to be huge. Now, once you've got it there, what I'm going to do is just take it back to the start. I'm just going to pop a T-peg in the end of the club. Now what we're going to use is, this is going to be a reference point. So I've got my first move here, and as I let the club set, what I want to do is I want to visually see this pointing back down to an extension of the ball to target line. So if I have a line in my eye, it's going all the way here, you can put an alignment stick down if you like. I want that a T-peg pointing down there. If it's towards the toes, the shaft's too upright, and if it's out towards the bag, it's too flat. So this just, we've got, it doesn't have to be exactly on that line. When you're practicing, use the exact, you know, you swing against the edge of a wall, skirting board at home, practice that first move, get the club set. This is going to really help you balance where that golf club is on the floor and get you setting it on the plane and working back with the body motion. The third one we're going to look at is how we can learn to load the pelvis going back. So, pop my golf bag over from here. This is really simple. What we're doing is bag against my backside here, and what I'm going to do is I've got it against it at address, and as I start the backswing, I feel how the right bum pushes back into it. So this glute's pushed into the bag. This means that I'm engaged and the weight's gone into the right heel. And what I want to do is, as I start down, I want to get both glutes on the bag and then rotate around and get the left glute as close to the bag at the end, which means that I'm maintaining my midsection, which is going to give me space in the golf swing. So the idea here is I'm going to go back, push, back, the left hip replaces where the right hip is, so they're both joined together, and then I rotate and finish in balance at the end of the follow through. That's going to be massive. Now, how can we have a look at putting this together and learn something about our golf swing in the follow through? What messages are there? First one, when I finish my follow through, I want the weight in my left heel here. When it's in the left heel, I'm fully supported, I'm upright, and I've got balance, and I have rotated around, which is huge. Now here's the big bit. What we're looking at is where the club finishes relative to the head. So you can see now how the club shaft is closer to the ear line. When it's parallel to the ears here, it means that it's rotated around with the body. If the club has got more up this way, in an older style finish, more up and down to the floor, it means I've lost my rotation and it's been more armsy. And if you've got a club that's really around here, what this generally tends to mean is that you've thrown your arms across and not rotated. So your finish can tell you lots of things, tell you where your balance is and how that club's moved around with your body. So a few little messages to you to learn from there. What you want to then do is, in your practice session, go through that little checklist before every shot. So I'm just going to go through this now, going to make sure I've got the right palm on top of the left thumb. Check. Balanced. Away. Feels like good posture. Can I lift the toes? Check. Then what I'm looking at is the club moving back in one piece, get a feel, and then we'll see what I can learn at that end of the follow through. So here we can see there, end of the follow through, clubs across the ears, rotated around, weight is in that left heel, and I've got loads of things that I learned there. What you want to do, video some of these sessions so you can get the feedback from it. There's loads of stuff to take out of that. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a comment below. There's loads of information in here that can help your game. If there's some specific content you'd like us to make, please comment below. As always, this is about helping you with your game. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Thanks for watching, and talk with you again really soon.